2.0.
It's been 10 years.
Extra, extra! Read all about it. Trojan War lasts for 10 long years. Odysseus has idea for a Trojan horse. Trojans tricked, Greeks victorious. Now, I know it seems absurd, but that's how it happened. Now, it's been another 10 years since the Greeks left Troy, and Odysseus still has not returned to Ithaca. Many say the vengeful Poseidon, god of the ocean, has stirred the seas, and Odysseus wanders far and wide. Others think he may have perished and now resides somewhere in the underworld. Wherever Odysseus may be, the citizens of our fair city say they have waited long enough for their hero return, and they now seek to find a new king. Read today's Ithaca Insider and find out for yourself. It's all right here. Get it all the time.
Athena! You startled me. I thought a mortal had recognized me. How's my disguise?
It's fine, but Zeus, you really need to...
You know how I love to come down here in secret and wander among the mortals.
Ew!
But you have to be careful. You know, they recognize when they start, praying and sacrificing, expecting all these little miracles. They think life on Mount Olympus is one big party, but ruling the heavens ain't all it's cracked up to be.
Zeus! Read this!
Suitors gather at the house of Odysseus and wait to see which one of them Penelope will choose as the new king of Ithaca. The riotous group of men have already slaughtered a large number of livestock and treat the servants of the house abusively. Penelope continues to be a gracious host, yet refuses to select a new king, and the men grow rowdy and impatient. Athena, this is much worse than you described.
This is why we need to bring Odysseus home. I know that Poseidon is upset with him, but this place is chaos! Okay, come on. And we'll have to keep coming down here to solve all sorts of mortal problems if someone else becomes king.
You're right. Odysseus has wisdom far beyond most mortals, and his charm with these people is unique. Do you know where he is?
Word has it that he's being held captive on an island paradise with the sea nymph Calypso.
Trapped in paradise. Why can't that ever happen to me? He needs to be here in Ithaca. Get word to Hermes. Tell him to find Odysseus and send him home.
And what about Poseidon?
If we're discreet about this and act quickly, Odysseus will be home before the Lord of the Seas can find out and complain.
Poseidon is always complaining.
Like I said, being a god is overrated, am I right?
The gods walk among us, and reportedly, they know the whereabouts of Odysseus. Is it true? Are the gods all-knowing? Read today's Ithaca Insider and decide for yourself.
Argos!
In other news,
Argos!
check today's Ithaca Insider for a list of all the men contending for the hand of Odysseus' wife, Penelope.
Telemachus! Oh, Telemachus! What are you doing out in the street?
Mother, have you read this?
No, now I need you to help me at home. You know how cranky Antinous and the other suitors get.
Continuous? Listen to what he said in the Insider. Heading the list of men hoping to marry Penelope is Antinous, a local politician. When asked about the long absence of Odysseus, he remarked, if Odysseus cared about his home, he'd be here. I think he's either dead or frolicking on some tropical island. He wasn't much of a king anyway. Mother, Antinous and all the other men are hopeless, frat boy losers. All they care about is their dinner and their wine, and which one of them will inherit my father's throne. We should throw them all out.
Telemachus, you know that is against the law of Ithaca. The people of this city are demanding a new king. It doesn't make me happy either, but soon I will have to choose a new husband.
But wait, there's an update in the newspaper. It says here, the gods know where he is, so he can still be alive, can't he?
I want to believe that, but so far there have been nothing but rumors. Your father has been gone 10 years since the war ended. You have to accept the won't be coming home.
But Mommy!
There you are.
Hello, Antinuous.
The boys and I were wondering where you got off to when you were coming back with dinner. You know how those guys get when they haven't been fed.
Oh, shoot, is that the Ithaca Insider? Someone said I was quoted today.
Oh, yeah, it's the article on clowns. The circus is in town.
I didn't work for the circus.
Oh, here it is. And the article about who's going to be the next king. Hey, there's no picture of me. All the ladies will have to be left wondering about how handsome I am. Right, babe?
Telemachus, I have to go to the market to pick up some dog food for Argos. Can you look after him?
Oh, sure. Come here, boy.
See you at home.
Hi, Mommy.
Later, babe.
What is the deal with that mangy mutt? It never obeys my orders.
Argos was only faithful to my father.
That's Odysseus's dog?
Come on. He's got to be, what, 20 years old by now?
That's like, forever in dog years. Why doesn't he just fade away? Just like your daddy did.
No. Argos is only faithful to my father, who will appear one day, and then you'll have to receive back into whatever hole you came out of.
Odysseus? He's gone. He's nothing but a memory now, and soon even that'll fade away. Poseidon promised me that your daddy is never going to make it home.
So, Ithaca will have to have me as its new ruler. And then you and everyone else will have to do exactly as I say.
Kid.
Here, boy.
Breaking news! Sources say Odysseus spotted living on tropical island paradise with sea nymph Calypso, but reportedly has been sent home by Zeus. Now reportedly, Calypso was devastated by Odysseus' ordered departure.
No, I won't let him go. I'm in love with Odysseus, and I think he will learn to love me and my obviously beautiful island if he will just stay a little bit longer.
Despite Calypso's desperate appeal, Hermes, the messenger god, carried out Zeus' demands.
I'm here to send Odysseus home.
Well, no, he's not.
Sorry, Zeus's orders.
Well, does Poseidon know about this?
Couldn't tell you, but Odysseus must set sail at once.
Will our hero finally return? Well, according to our heavenly sources, Poseidon is having none of it. When the god of the seas got wind of Zeus' intentions, he immediately intervened.
If I will finally get my revenge on that stupid Odysseus for blinding my son the Cyclops, I wanted him to wander and suffer. But now that he's back on the ocean, I will stir the seas and raise a cataclysmic storm that will end him once and for all. He will never, ever see his beloved homeland or family again.
In late-breaking news, hurricane devastates Phaeacia. One source says Odysseus' ship was destroyed, but Athena carried him to the shores of the island, where he was discovered by the princess Nausicaa, who carried the shipwrecked stranger to her father, King Alcinous. Now, is Odysseus lost for good, or will the king help him on his desperate journey home? More details from the Ithaca Insider as this story unfolds.
Oh, wow! Good morning, Father!
Nausicaa, my dear daughter, where have you been? Wandering among the wreckage of that storm?
Yes, Father, and look, I found a castaway, and he told me that he's the King Odysseus of Ithaca.
Odysseus! My goodness! Oh, I've read so much about you in the inside. I mean, you have won the Trojan War. You've been to the underworld. You fought the Cyclops, the Scylla, and Charybdis. You've even heard the Lotus Eaters and, oh no, the Sirens. And you lived to tell about, wait! You look nothing like the Odysseus that I've read so much about. You wear the tattered clothes of a beggar. I have been through many hardships over many years. I suppose I may look quite different. How do you know that this is Odysseus?
Because he told me, and he seems like a very honest man, Father, and he certainly is a handsome man.
Nausicaa, being honest and seeming honest are two very different things.
But Father...
And being handsome has nothing to do with it.
But...
Prove to me that you are Odysseus. I don't know how I can do that. Except to tell you about the adventure I've been on.
Oh, I would love to hear that.
All right! Recount your story, and I'll decide if I believe you. I'll do my best to remember every detail. I am utterly desperate to see my homeland again, my family, and even my faithful dog, Argos, if he is indeed still living.
All right. If I do believe you, I will complete your journey by taking you back home to Ithaca.
Would you?
Yes! I would do anything for the hero of the Trojan War. Now, let us hear your Odyssey.
Well, it began, of course, with our departure from Troy. My first mate, Eurylochus, and my second mate, Pleiades, and I were gleeful with a hard-fought victory in our impending journey home. We set sail, but soon after we did, the weather grew foul, and before long, we were battling a terrible storm.
Odysseus, the ocean's not friendly today.
You're very observant, Eurylochus. It's almost as if the waves are intent upon doing us harm. Pleiades! Did we sing a song to Poseidon before we left Troy?
I can't remember, which probably means we didn't.
Well, too late now! As you know, the gods become unhappy when you don't acknowledge them, so right away we were off to a bad start with Poseidon. After 9 days, the storm subsided, but we had lost our bearings and we floated aimlessly until...
It's an island!
We're running out of food and fresh water! Let's head straight for it!
What is that music?
I don't know, but it's kind of funny.
Wait, like funny haha?
No, funny, weird. We should just get some food and get off this island. One of you should come with me to find something to eat. We need as much food as we can carry back to the ship.
I'll go with you!
Great! Pleiades, why don't you stay here and look for something to drink while we're gone?
Alright, but can you hurry back? My feet hurt. Who are you? We are the Lotus Fairy. We drink lotus tea. Okay. I'm Pleiades, and I come from Ithaca. Oh, lovely. I'm sailing here with King Odysseus, and we're on our way home from the Trojan War. Delightful. So that's lotus tea you're drinking, right? Yes. Would you like to try some? Oh, well, what does it taste like? Scrumptious. Well, I mean, I am pretty thirsty. How is it, darling? Why, it's scrumptious! Who told you, darling? Do you have more of these? Oh, as much as you want, darling. Just one of us, darling. Thank you, darlings. We've been walking forever, and there's still no sign of food on the island.
Yeah, you're probably right. Should probably think about heading back to where we left Pleiades.
Pleiades? No, I can't. He's forgotten all about us. And I bet you he's done something in the drink.
You know, most likely. Do you smell that?
Yeah. Oh, it smells horrible. Almost like something rotten. Hello, gentlemen. Where do you think you're going? Not so fast.
Who are you and what do you want with us?
Shut up, or I'll slap your little heads. You wouldn't want me to slap your little heads, would you?
No!
Now you tell me who you are.
I am Odysseus, and this is Eurylochus. We are Greeks on our way home to Ithaca. We are heroes of the Trojan War.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So, I'm going to eat you for dinner.
Don't eat us! We won't taste good. We won't taste good at all.
Nonsense. You'll be delicious. Oh, but I haven't eaten in weeks. I'm smelling. I usually eat something rotten. Compared to my usual dinner, you'll taste like pumpkin pie. I
town. My name's Aeolus.
Hello, this is Eurylochus and I am Odysseus.
I've read news of you. You must be on your way home to Ithaca.
Yes, we are.
Excuse me. Who is that disgusting brute that brought us here?
He's a Cyclops.
Is there any hope of getting away from him?
Yes, there is a way, but I'm too old and weak to execute it. I've been waiting for a couple of strong, young men to come help me escape.
Let's hear your plan.
All right, I found this long stick on the ground a couple of days ago when the Cyclops brought me in here. I've sharpened the end of it, and if I can get him to bend down far enough, you could give him a good poke in the eye. We just have to make sure he comes in before we blind him.
That might just work.
Here's the stick. Go stand over there, and when he comes in, give it to him.
Little man, I'm going out to pick up some potatoes and a couple of onions. Then I'll come back and cook you.
Excuse me, sir?
Huh?
I have a recipe for little man ravioli I thought you might enjoy.
I'm kind of in the mood for Italian. What's the recipe?
I have it written down. Come on in, and I'll give it to you. Now!
What? No, wait! Oh, that hurts! I'll get you, little man!
Run for it!
You little man will be sorry! My father is Poseidon! Once he finds out you blinded me, he'll stir up the seas and you'll never make it home!
I don't think he's going to follow us. Now we just have to find Pleiades.
Well, I think you'll have to imagine those woods over there. I'll look for him.
Great, we'll stay here.
It's good to breathe fresh air again.
How long had you been in that Cyclops' cave?
3 days. I landed on this island for water, and as soon as I anchored, the Cyclops smashed my ship and captured me. I have no way to get home.
We can take you.
That would be wonderful. You know, I work for the gods. I'm the keeper of the winds. In fact, the only thing I have left from my ship is my bag of winds. I'll lend it to you. Just let out a good, strong west wind, and you'll be back to Ithaca in no time. Just don't tell anyone I lent it to you. I'm not really supposed to do that.
Yes! I found Pleiades!
Where is he? Is he okay?
Well, I think so, but he doesn't seem to care about anything.
What do you mean?
Oh, follow me, I'll show you. Have a seat, darling. Oh, thank you, darling. Well, there he is.
Pleiades! We've been looking for you. Are you okay?
Yes, I am.
Hello.
Why, hello, darling.
So you found something to drink?
Yes, these lovely lotus fairies gave me some of their lotus tea. Well, how does it taste? Scrumptious! Oh, great, I'm thirsty!
Wait! Let me try something first. Pleiades, is lotus tea your favorite thing in the whole world?
Yes.
Do you care if you ever get back to Ithaca to see your family?
Why would I?
If you had to drink lotus tea for the rest of your life, would that be a good thing?
Oh, yes.
I think Eurylochus and I are going to have to leave you on this island.
Then leave. Oh, what's the matter with
I
them?
think it's a lotus tea.
It is! Once you take a sip of it, you don't care about anything but drinking more of it.
Well, what do we do?
I have a plan.
All right, sounds good.
Pleiades, darling.
Yes, darling.
Do you mind if Eurylochus punches you in the face and knocks you out for a while?
Why would I?
No.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, pal. Oh, man.
Thanks for the tea, darling.
Oh, of course, darling.
And the hospitality.
No problem, darling.
Farewell.
Farewell, darling.
We finally made it back to the ship. Pleiades was confused for a little while, but almost as quickly as the lotus tea had affected him, he forgot about it.
My goodness! The gods must be on your side! Wait, did you take Aeolus home?
Yes, and we got within the sight of the shores of Ithaca, but we never made it.
But why?
Well, my men didn't know what was in the bag of winds. was some kind of treasure that Aeolus had given me, and I was keeping it for myself. When they opened the bag, the north, south, and east winds all blew out at once. Our ship was blown in all different directions, and soon we were far, far away from Ithaca.
Aww.
Yes, we sailed all the way to the land of the midnight sun, where we met the enchantress, Circe.
Ooh, I love that.
She bewitched my men and turned them into pigs. I was about to meet the same fate when Hermes showed up to help me. He gave me a little flower, called a molly, and as long as I held that flower, Circe's spells had no effect on me.
Who are you? That's I cannot bewitch your mind.
I am Odysseus, king of Ithaca.
Odysseus. It has been foretold that you first come to my island, and that my enchantments would have no effect on you.
I am weary of traveling, and my patience has grown short. I have the protection of the gods, and therefore I demand that you reverse this magic that you have done to my companions. Please, tell me in what direction I can sail to find my home.
Well, since you are favored by the gods, I will tell you. What you must do is sail to the mouth of the river Styx. After that, you must go on by yourself to the underworld and find Seer Tiresias. He can tell you where to go from there.
Thank you, Circe. And Circe, my man. Thanks, Circe.
Farewell, weary traveler. Thanks, Circe. Yeah, thank you, Circe.
We set sail and found the mouth of the river Styx. From there, I went by myself into the dark, foreboding realm of the underworld to seek the advice of Tiresias.
Hurry, hurry, step right up. I'll guess your weight and your age. If I miss either by 5, you get the prize.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Tiresias. Have you seen him?
Oh, well, I don't see much these days.
Oh, sorry, I'm a little new down here.
I figured.
Say, you look like someone I knew back home.
Oh, I get that a lot down here.
Did you ever sell newspapers?
I don't remember much from the past. Say, you want me to guess your weight and your age?
No, that's okay. I need to find Tiresias.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Nobody ever asked me questions about the world above. I'm Tiresias, and I can tell you everything you need to know, including the future. Hey, say, you want to know when you're gonna die?
No, that's okay. I just want to know how to get home.
Oh, guess you're kind of smart after all. All right, now let's see here. Getting to Ithaca while avoiding Poseidon. That's a dangerous journey.
After what I've seen, nothing will surprise me.
All right, well, let's see here. Now, first, you're going to have to pass the Sirens. They sing a beautiful song to the men that sail near their shores. Of course, the sailors are so mesmerized, they crash into the rocky shore. Now, make sure all the men in your boat plug their ears, and you can sail by safely.
All right, what's next?
Next, you'll run into something a little more dangerous. You'll have to pass through a narrow channel between 2 mountains. Now, on one side is a swirling whirlpool of death named Charybdis that'll sink your boat to the bottom of the ocean. And on the other side is a 6-headed serpent named Scylla that eats anything that comes near. All I can say is sail fast.
All right, I got it. What's next?
Now, if you somehow manage to get past Scylla and Charybdis, you'll pass one more island. There graze the golden cattle of the sun god Hyperion. Don't stop there unless you absolutely have to.
Why's that?
Well, it's not a dangerous island. But if anybody harms one of the sun god's cattle, they'll get sent to the underworld for good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanks, Tiresias. How can I repay you?
Don't worry about it. It's always a treat to play a small part in the world of the living. Hey, you just watch yourself and make sure you don't come back here too soon.
All right, thanks again. When I service to the world of the living, my companions and I again set sail.
You must have been terrified by what you're about to face on your journey home.
A fear was in the back of my mind, but I was resolved to see my homeland again. Now I warned you of our first danger when we neared the island of the sirens. I told them the music of the sirens was mesmerizing, but I wanted to hear their song. So I instructed them to tie me to the mast and to keep me tied tightly. I had them plug their ears until we were safely by. The song of the sirens was beautiful beyond words. I wanted to steer the ship towards the sound of the voices, and I ordered and I begged my crew to untie me, but they wouldn't, and we kept sailing. After many days, we came to the narrow channel that Tiresias had described. I decided that we should avoid Corinthus altogether, because the powerful vortex would crush our ship and all would be lost. When we felt the mighty pull of the whirlpool, we steered towards the other side of the channel, near the cave of Scylla. The six-headed monster was there to greet us. And when it struck, it somehow missed all of my men. But it took the rest of our food source. We made it through, but we were out of food, and we still had many days of travel ahead. By the time we reached the island of the sun god Hyperion, we were starving. So we had to stop and look for something to eat, but all we found on the island was a spring of fresh water. I warned my crew not to slaughter any of the golden cattle. I told them that we could stop on the very next island that we found for something to eat. But they didn't listen to me. The night before we left, I caught them eating big, juicy burgers made of freshly ground beef. Now I scolded them. The deed was done. As soon as we set sail, a terrible storm hit our ship and destroyed it, and my faithful crew was lost. I was washed up on the shores of the island of Calypso. Now, after many years, I was again allowed to sail for home, but Poseidon still had not yet forgiven me for blinding his son, the Cyclops. So here I am, with you.
No one but the wandering Odysseus could tell such a tale of hardship and sadness.
So you believe me?
Yes,
When you'll take me home!
of course, but there's something I must show you before we go back to Ithaca.
What is
Where's
it?
the Days Ithaca Insider?
It's right here.
We'll set sail for Ithaca as fast as we can, but I don't know if you'll be king when we get there.
Oh no! We must sail tonight!
All right, I'll have a ship ready.
Men!
But, Odysseus, you have changed so much since you were last home, and you look so different from your long and difficult adventure. Do you really think that your family will recognize you?
Well, I can only hope. It's all I have left.
Then let us set sail! Come along, dear!
Home!
Breaking news! The people of Ithaca forced Penelope to choose a new king tonight, and the Ithaca Insider is live on the scene to cover all the royal pageantry. Now, there has been a long build-up to this moment, and the people of Ithaca anxiously await the decision of a contest that will decide who will wear the crown and succeed the former king Odysseus. With an explanation of the contest rules, here's Queen Penelope. Thank you for joining us, Your Grace. Now, would you mind giving us some insight into the challenge that these hopeful men are undertaking?
Mother, I don't care to witness this circus. Let me know when it's over.
Yes. Yes, I'm happy to explain. It's a fairly straightforward task with which I have charged my suitors. All they have to do is show proper strength by stringing the former king's bow. Ooh. After having strung the bow, they must show by shooting an arrow through 12 axe heads.
Oh! And how have the suitors fared in this challenge?
Well,
I can't do it. No one can do it.
And here is one of the queen's suitors now, Antinous, who for the longest time has been the leading candidate to take the crown. But it appears he has not been able to string the bow.
This task is not possible. I would like to see anyone string this bow.
Would you like to try?
No. How about you? You think you can do it?
No.
No. Does anyone here think they can string this bow?
I would like to try.
And who are you?
A hopeful contender.
Oh, please. You're a lowly beggar. Don't waste our time. Penelope, baby, you gotta come up with something else.
the task has been selected according to ancient tradition. Any person present is welcome to make an attempt.
Wonderful! Let's all waste our time watching this tramp struggle and flail with a kingly artifact. Then we can move on to more reasonable procedures.
Your Grace, if I string this bow, then what?
Then you would be required to attempt a difficult shot, passing this arrow through 12 axe heads.
Understood. Now what?
You shall be crowned king.
Hold on. A lowly vagabond. The new king?
So it seems.
But a new king wouldn't have your heart, would they, my queen?
No, that belongs to another.
I'm glad.
Who are you?
A weary wanderer who has finally returned home.
Mother, who has succeeded?
Returned to his homeland, to his one true love, to his family, and to his beloved and faithful dog upon your islands.